All right, good afternoon, traders. Today, March 27, 2025. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Thank you for being here. Hey, I want to thank everybody out there in digital land, podcast land, cyber land, YouTube land, Facebook group. Thank you. Thank you for all the subscriptions. Thank you for the kind comments. Hey, I want to thank all the members in the room. All right, I want to thank you guys for taking a membership, taking a chance on me. Appreciate that. I love that. All right, so SPY 10-minute chart. Yep, 10-minute downtrend. There it is. There's the candle bar. Not soon enough, but it's there. All right, 10-minute downtrend coming into the close. Let's take this out of the way and go to the 2-hour chart. 2-hour downtrend. Lots of wicks up there. I don't know, guys. I don't know about end of the month selling. I think we gotta. I don't know what that way that looks. That looks like 550 is gonna get tested. We'll see what happens. Lots of wick, big wick, lots of big wick, like bears up here. Big ones. Bears. All right, daily chart. All right, what do we got? We got ourselves, looks like we got an upside, we got a sword. All right, lower high, lower low, closing under a bearish cross, under the falling 17. Still haven't broke this uptrend line yet. All right, so maybe we bounce. Tomorrow's like a coin flip. We might go up, we might go down. We got like a trend line here coming down this way and a trend line there going up this way. All right, underneath the 17 EMA, all right? Underneath all-time high anchored VWAP, that's the teal line, okay? It's a pullback in a downtrend. Price action up over the midpoint right here. Half court, midpoint, half the field, 50-yard line, whatever you want to call it. We're neutral right here. All right? Let's take a look at the game plan on the 5-minute. Let's take a look at the game plan. All right, so we had a little bit of an edge today, okay? We took the 5-minute downtrend right here early in the morning, okay? Right into this line, and then we took profits there. Then price pulled back, all right, right up there. And guess what? We did it again, right down into here and down into here, all right? And then we bought the pullback again to short it one more time. And boy, did they make us sweat bullets, all right? But they had another downtrend line right through there. So what did I trade today? Okay, so I traded some of this stuff right here. You can see, all right, I bought and I sold. See the rally? Bought, sold into the dip. These are puts, okay? Reloaded. Price drops, sold into, see the dip? Sold into the dip. Reloaded, okay? Right here. Price dropped, sold into the dip. Right here, okay? Reloaded, sold into the dip right here, okay? That's what I do all day long. Buy, sell, sell, reload, or buy puts, reload, buy puts, reload, okay? Like buy puts, all right? Take profit, reload. Sell puts, reload. Sell puts, reload. Sell puts into the dips. Okay? That's all I do all day long. All right? So we had a pretty good day. For me, it was anyways. So I had a pretty monster day on today. All right? So not a bad day. Traded the 565 puts. All right, and I did a little 564, did a little 0 DTE action here. Made some good money on that. Okay, so that's what we did for today. All right, so there's the game plan. All right, you can see the game plan underneath the red candle. Short it. Underneath the pivot, short it. Underneath the pivot, I'm a bear. Okay, underneath the red line, I'm a bear. Okay, you had red erases green right here. Here's the green. See the pullback green, red erases the green, down into the dip here. Okay, so probably coming down, all right, for tomorrow's target. We'll see, all right, no guarantees, but we have an open gap over here to the left, all right, and it's right here, okay, so the close is 564.18, so I'm going to drop a line in so you can see it right there. Okay, so they came down here, hit the 2025 low anchored VWAP, which originates on March 13th, right there. All right, and I was looking for the gap fill all day looking for that gap fill to happen. Never quite materialized. All right, price action could be coming down here tomorrow. We'll see what happens. We'll have to take a look at max pain for the SPY. They may just avoid it. It's a Friday. Friday options have like funky price action. So they may avoid it tomorrow and go hit it on Monday. All right, there's a possibility for that. On the bullish side, okay, you can see the bullish side was never even touched earlier today on the game plan. You had to get up over this for SPY to get the bullish price action. You had to get up over these candles right here to get some bullish price action on the pivot. So it was nothing but a selling day. Just sell, sell, sell. All right, sell every pullback up, every pull up, just sell it. All right, so there's SPY. 10-minute downtrend, 2-hour downtrend, daily downtrend. You have quite a few 570 puts expiring tomorrow. I think I'll be okay on those. I got some. Mine aren't 570. If you got 570 puts, you're already should be green right here. All right, it's a coin flip. Remember, I was just saying, you take the uptrend line. All right, you got an uptrend line. All right, we could go up, we could go down, and it's Friday, so there's no. I offer no predictions for Friday, other than, use your crazy 8-ball and flip a coin, and roll the dice. That's about all I can say. We're weak, all right. This move down and over to the right, that's a bear flag, all right. But we're also in a pullback, all right, which hasn't been broken yet. All right, so we're in a pullback in the downtrend. So it's kind of a coin flip here, whether the bulls are going to engage and protect this area. If we look at the wicks up here, like I was pointing out earlier on the 2-hour, see all this wick action right there? That looks like descending wicks. So whether we get there tomorrow, I don't know, because it's a Friday, but it does look like eventually they want to come back and retest the 550 just to make sure it's going to hold. That's what it appears to be doing. We'll see, all right? We'll see what happens, all right? So there's SPY on the 2-hour. There's the daily. We did the game plan. Let's take a look at the QQQ game plan. All right, let's go to the 5-minute chart. Pick up the Qs. All right, here's the Qs. Qs gave you the same deal, okay? First out of the gate, drop right into that anchored VWAP. Same thing, pull up to, they didn't quite make it to the pivot. And then they rolled over on the 5-minute here, back to VWAP. Lower high, made a lower low. Another lower high, guess what? Lower low, all right? So if you just played lower highs and lower lows underneath the pivot, remember I say, above the pivot I'm a bull, below the pivot I'm a bear. So you never got above the pivot, so you shouldn't have been bullish, all right? And below the pivot, we had lower highs. You know that the bears get inspired when they see lower highs to make lower lows. All right, so we made a low, then made a lower low from this low, not that low, but this low. We were looking for a lower low, didn't quite get it. It's probably coming sometime in the aftermarket. All right, so there's QQQ. You can see the game plan work there. All right, so let's take a look at the daily chart. All right, look at it on the scratch. All right, got another sword. Okay, lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish pinch or the bearish cross. Underneath the falling 17, underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP, underneath the midpoint. We're just neutral. On the border and on the cusp of breaking into the lower third. Right there. Okay, so just neutral. QQQ. FNGA. Same deal. Lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap, under the falling 17, under this pink line, that's the all-time high anchored VWAP, under this gold and green line, diagonal, that's the uptrend line, underneath the uptrend line. Might as well take that off. We're not ever going to need that again. Not for a long time. All right, price action underneath the midpoint here. Okay, so price action almost knocking on the door of the lower third here. So just neutral. All right, again, knocking on the door to the bearish lower third. There's FNGA. Let's take a look at IWM. Lower high, lower low. I guess everybody got a lower high and a lower low. Closing underneath, bearish cross, underneath the falling 17, underneath the all-time high. See the pink line, all-time high anchored VWAP, underneath the gold line right here, the uptrend line. All right, down here in quadrant 1, that's bearish. IWM, that's bearish. All right, down in quadrant 1. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow. Lower high, lower low, closing inside a bullish trap underneath the falling 17, underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP, that's the pink line, underneath the uptrend line, above the midpoint. All right, they were looking good to start knocking on the door of the upper third and be bullish. They couldn't quite get it done yet. Maybe they need more time. All right, price action for Diamond Dow right here. All right, so that's kind of neutral. All right. You move up, you give it up, that's neutral. You move down, you give it up, that's neutral. All right, so there's Diamond Dow. Let's take a look at technicals. All right, in the technicals, nothing but chop, chop, chop. All right, bounced out of a possible sell zone visit, came right into the buyer's chop zone, came back through the midpoint, did a little more chopping around inside the seller zone, then some micro highs with some micro lows. All right, put us back into the buyer's chop zone at the end of the day. All right, so there we go. All right, so probably going to be a lot of red, green, red, green. We'll see. Yep, a lot of red, green on the 27th for the 15-minute T2123. Yep, you can see it on the T2122. We're in, we're out. We're in, we're out. You see that? Kind of says, here it is. We're in, we're out. We're in, we're out. We're in, we're out. See it? Okay? Red, green, red, green, red, green. All right? I just want to point something out. We're over the 200 SMA. It seems to be catching. All right? But we haven't made any higher highs. Okay? Seems to be catching. All right? I'm not going to get fooled. All right, seems to be catching, but we still haven't made any higher highs. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. On the 3-bar chart, 3 more red candle bars. All right, still in the hockey stick bear flag down here. Okay, got a lower high, making lower lows. We're in a downtrend. We're caught underneath this fading 200 SMA. Okay, see the V bottom bounce here? It's not happening here. Okay, usually this move right here is a move down and then flag, and then typically you get another move down like that. All right, so they're consolidating down here. They linger too long and they're going to start melting off soon. All right. Notice we're not getting any snap. All right. Here's the red rubber school ball bounce. All right. It's not happening here. All right. So it looks like more bearish sentiment is still in the air. So I don't know about end of the month buying. It'd be nice. I welcome it, but I don't know about it happening for T2123. Again, caught under that fading 200. Here's two prior all-time high anchored two prior all-time highs. Here's an all-time high up here. We're way off of trying to find support here. So that's T2123. Let's take a look at FNGA. All right, not good news. We're under the 200 SMA. Follow through on the selling. See all the selling? Follow through on the selling. We made a low. Notice we didn't make any lower lows, but we didn't make any higher highs either. Okay? So just selling from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. And they took like a 2 martini lunch right there. And then they continued selling after drinks and dessert. All right? FNGA right here. Bear flag. All right? That's bearish for tomorrow. So probably more downside on tomorrow. We'll see. All right. Let's take a look at a few. Let's take a look at the XLE. All right. Here's the XLE. All right. That's bullish up there. Let me zoom out. Up in the upper quadrant, upper third, that's bullish. Price action, lower high, lower low, closing in a bullish trap over the rising 17. Okay, over downtrend line 1, over downtrend line 2, over the 12-month high, anchored VWAP right there. That's bullish up there in the upper third. Okay, notice what happened. More price moves up, holds for 3 to 5 days, and you get the reward. Nice little pop breakout right there. Okay. Price moves up, holds for 3 to 5 days. Look what you get. Pop breakout. All right. XLE. All right. That's bullish up there. Here's a high, made a higher high. That's in an uptrend. Let's take a look at USO. All right, USO is lower high, lower low, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17, over, it's a 3-year high anchored VWAP, that's the post-COVID high, over this 3-year high anchored VWAP, over the gold uptrend line, over the midfield line right here, half court, all right, 50-yard line, see the dash. It's the halfway point in the quads. All right. Price action moves down, gives it up. That's neutral. Price action moves up, gives it up. That's neutral. So just neutral here on USO. All right. Nice pullback in the downtrend. Let me just say, if they break this high, they negate the downtrend label. All right. If they break that high right there. All right. They're working on it. Let's take a look at UNG. All right, UNG got an out. That's close. My eyes aren't that good. 2067, 2068. That's hard to see when it's just 1 penny. All right, outside day, higher high, lower low by a penny. Okay, closing inside the bearish trap, under the 17. Okay, over the uptrend line, over the 12-month high anchored VWAP. Okay, up here in the upper third. All right, so that's bullish up there. All right, almost starting. They're in a downtrend, no longer in an uptrend because they made a low. Then they turn around and made a lower low, so they're in a downtrend right now. Pulling back to trend line, that's what it looks like. UNG on the daily chart. Let's take a look at precious metals. Here's GLD. All right, new all-time high for GLD. Can't say anything else about it. I mean, that's bullish, right? If it's making a new all-time high, there's nothing more bullish than a new all-time high, right? GLD on the daily chart. That's an uptrend. That's bullish. Look at SLV, higher low, higher high. Okay, makes a higher low, makes a higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17. Yeah, up here at the top of quadrant 4. What did I say? I said there's a good chance, all right, we're going to come up here and challenge this 12-month high. Look where we are, people. We're getting ready to give them a challenge, all right, right there. All right, up over the 12-month high anchored VWAP in quadrant 4, making higher highs, higher lows. That's an uptrend. Up here in quadrant 4, that's bullish. All right, let's take a look at SMH. Semiconductors just can't seem to hold a candle. Lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap, under the 17, under the all-time high anchored VWAP, under the midpoint, down in the lower third, all right? Almost into quadrant 1 again, all right? This is a downtrend, all right? And this is bearish, all right? Nothing bullish happening there yet. Let's go take a look at the cousin to the semiconductors is the technology sector. Lower high, lower low, closing under a bearish cross, under the falling 17, under the all-time high anchored VWAP, under the uptrend line, under the midpoint, just neutral right here. Okay, not in the lower third yet, but pretty close. All right, still in a downtrend. All right, XLK, neutral. All right, looks like it's going to be a while before we get a rally. Let's take a look at XLF. XLF got a lower high, lower low, closing inside a bullish trap over the 17, over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Up here in quadrant 4, that's bullish, people. All right, up here, quadrant 4, that's bullish. Let's take a look at IYT. Lower high, lower low, closing underneath bearish cross, underneath the falling 17, underneath uptrend line, underneath all-time high anchored VWAP, underneath midpoint, knocking on the door to the lower third. It's just neutral right now, but they are knocking on the door to the bearish lower third down here. All right, how did I maintain a bearish bias even above? I wasn't above my pivot, JB. Or maybe I was, all right? Let me look at it, all right? I'm going to go look at it. SPY. Five-minute, 10-minute, okay? Okay, so here's my pivot, 570.20. See, there's no complete candles. Notice there's no candles up here that are like not attached to the pivot. Did you see that? See that there's no candles that aren't attached to the pivot? Give me a yes and a JB. You see it? There's no, like, they got up here and they poked it. You see how they poke it? But they never like really clear the 570.20 area. They poke it once, twice, 3 times, but they can't close a complete candle without touching it up there. So failure to make a higher high, I'm going to keep a bearish bias until I see higher highs. So it's a failure to make a higher high. So I'm going to keep a bearish bias. Does that make sense? Failure to make the higher high. I'm going to keep a bearish bias. Okay. That's why I kept my bearish bias. All right. All right. Somebody give me a little private message. And since the open house, it's been a real eye-opener for me regarding what you offer. I'm really glad I already signed up for month renewal. Thank you. Looking forward to continue to learn from you as I am serious about adding the capability to my trading toolbox Thank you very much thank you so much for signing up with me. Thank you for putting your faith and trust in me. Thank you for taking the plunge. All right. I know there's a lot of how do I say it? A bad sentiment out there about day trading, and rightly so. Day trading is a tough business. It really is. You think you're supposed to put your stop here, and it turns out you should have had it up at the last green candle way back there. It's a tough business, but if you look at the overall price action and you have a really good understanding of candlesticks, you can do this with. You'll be able to do this, but it takes a little bit of experience, a lot of experience. It helps to have a guide whenever you go through the jungle like this, all right? And someone to point out, hey, we're not making higher highs, or hey, we're not making lower lows now either, all right? Someone to point out these things that we all miss sometimes, including myself. Targets like anchored VWAP. Would you ever think that anchored VWAP is going to be a target? Okay, so there you go. Again, thanks for signing up. Love it, appreciate it. It makes me very happy. Again, I do free coaching. All right, if you're not making money, all right, you just find me on Skype, okay, and just find me. This is my picture up here. And tell me who you are if you find me on Skype. All right. Here's my profile. Okay. Just take a picture of that. Snap a screenshot. All right. You find me on Skype, and I will be happy to tell me who you are, and we'll set something up for you. Okay. That's it. Free 15-minute coaching, okay? A lot of times it goes over that. I like to record it. That way you have something to go back to, and then you're not busy writing notes while I'm explaining some possible solutions to your struggles, all right? So I do a recording. If you allow me, I'll record it for you. And that way you don't have to take notes. All you got to do is pay attention, all right? And share your thoughts. All right, so that's me. All right, traders, that's it for me for today, okay? I want to thank everybody for showing up today. I want to thank everybody for making profits. A lot of guys made daily goals in the first 10 minutes of the day. That was crazy. Way to go, everybody. Way to go. Love it. Couldn't be more happier. It is nice to share that with the public. The success that's in this room from the traders in this room. I mean, that's huge. That helps me sell memberships. All right, because I can print profits, but when you guys print profits, okay, that really helps sell memberships. I'm just saying. So I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing. Glad you all had a great day. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of your subscriptions. I love it. I love it. Okay. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Hey, Graham. Hey, Scott. Brad. Did you do all right, Brad, today? Or did you get chopped? You did okay. All right. That sounds like profits. All right. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning. Yep, you got some profits. Love it, love it, love it. See you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning.